SkyTrainer is a virtual simulator for the practicing business skills in the medium and large-sized businesses. Today, the training of employees in the field of sales and customer service for the large businesses is as follows. An employee comes to the company and provided with printed or virtual materials. He studied them within 1 to 2 weeks, passes certification or trial test, and then goes to the field. If an employee is not ready for the series of reactions from clients, the clients can simply break the employee. Breaking down is an emotional sense, and the employee in subsequent negotiations will simply be afraid to sell, be afraid to offer, be afraid to take risks and make mistakes, and be afraid to work with objections. Because of this, the adaptation period is increasing and sales are falling, and naturally the manager leaves or is going to be fired due to low efficiency. In SkyTrainer, an employee comes to the company, he was given printed or virtual materials. He studied them and enters the platform in 2 or 3 clicks. And platform is very simple. He enters the platform and starts to selling to the robot. The robot gives him various troubles, objections, inadequate reactions, and a lot of from real life. Thus, an employee acquires the skills of negotiation while sitting in the office. As soon as he starts to work, travels to the field or call customers, he will be ready for any reaction, and in this way he will learn and reach productivity faster and increase his efficiency. It works as follows. Here is the final stage in the gamification format. The employee must score a certain number of points during the negotiations in order to complete the deal. If the score of points are not enough, not 42 for example is here, the robot will tell the employee we are not ready to buy from you or any other objections. In other words, purchase will be denied. The employee would be returned during the conversation to the position where he is not good at score. So he will work out the point where he has a problem. There is also a level of loyalty. There is mood of the potential client. If an employee says everything correctly, well and clear, the robot understands him, answers him, the negotiations are proceeding smoothly. Scores are gained, customer loyalty rises. If the employee often makes mistakes, the client does not speak correctly or slows down, customer loyalty falls, and the robot simply interrupts the conversation. There are also points of emotional progress of the client. This is trust in the manager, love for the product, trust in the company. This also depends on how negotiations conducted. There are several levels of learning.
Добрый день, меня зовут Алексей, я менеджер по работе с клиентами Сбербанка России.
Добрый день, Николай Александрович, заместитель директора.
Как и договорились, я к вам приехал, чтобы познакомиться и презентовать возможности нашего эквайринга.
Да, конечно, проходите.
As you noticed at the training stage, immediately there are hints what exactly the manager should say. First comes the employee's replica, then the robot's replica, and further prompts for the employee what he should say next. In the final stage, points awarded, loyalty rises. Then you can work out the objections.
Если вопросов больше нет, давайте тогда я начну потихоньку оформлять документы.
У вас дорого? Я знаю, что эта услуга может стоить дешевле.
Понимаю, экономить в наше время важно. Денежный вопрос – это единственное, что вас останавливает от сотрудничества с нами.
Да, цена сейчас это один из ключевых факторов для нас.
Thus, at the objection stage, you can respond to those objections that the robot tells you. Next step is an exam. There are no tips on exam in comparison with training mode. But here is a hint that can be called. And now I will explain you what I mean.
Добрый день, меня зовут Алексей, я менеджер по работе с клиентами Сбербанка России.
Добрый день, Николай Александрович, заместитель директора.
Как ваши клиенты узнают о том, что вы принимаете карты?
Да вот пока что никак, только продавец рассказывает.
If person does not know what to say next, here he can call a hint. The point of the exam is that here the employee responds not like in training mode, I mean the Q replica. Here the employee can negotiate as he wants, he can immediately ask questions, he may have objections. An employee can respond to a series of emotional cues that integrated into the conversation script, and here he can call for the text hint if he does not know what to say next. This is a brief presentation of how the platform works. A business can observe employee progress statistics. There are reports on the bots on the stages of funnel of sales. For example, if at some stage the sales funnel of an employee constantly fails, then the business can immediately determine where the weak points of the employee is. According to these statistics, you can track down the weak points of the script. Here we can track the dynamic of each employee. In addition, of course, see how many employees are currently working or how many of them are registered. Further, there are detailed reports. The reports on the work for each day can be viewed both individually or the entire group of employees. In the reports, you can see a deeper analysis of the work and see the details of each employee's dialogue with the robot. There are also profiles with employee data with statistic details.